What if I told you that the most powerful wealth-building advice you'll ever hear doesn't come from a billionaire CEO, but from someone who's lived over 100 years, quietly built millions, and died with zero debt and zero regrets? These are the secrets you were never taught in school, and if you're watching this now, you still have time to apply them. Because the people you're about to hear from, they've lived an entire lifetime. They've seen recessions, wars, crashes, and yet they thrived. So sit back, because by the end of this video, you'll walk away with timeless financial wisdom that could rewrite your future. Secret 1. Live below your means for life. James Turner was a janitor, never made more than $25,000 a year. But when he passed away at 101, he left behind $8 million. How? He never upgraded his life as his income grew. When I got a raise, he said, I didn't buy a nicer car. I bought more stock. He lived in the same modest home for 60 years, ate simple food, drove a 15-year-old car, but he owned thousands of shares in dividend-paying companies. He didn't chase flashy, he chased freedom. Lesson: it's not about how much you earn, it's how little you need. The rich elderly didn't just save, they refused to inflate their lifestyles. Secret 2. Buy assets that pay you forever. Margaret Lowe, 100 years old, lived through the Great Depression. She taught elementary school for 40 years. She never won the lottery. She became the lottery. She used every extra dollar to buy real estate, duplexes, small rentals. I didn't want to work until 80, she said, so I bought things that worked for me while I slept. By the time she was 80, her rental income brought in over $12,000 a month. She lived debt-free, never touched Social Security. She passed down 7 paid-off homes to her grandchildren. Lesson: buy assets that work when you don't. Seniors who became rich didn't just save, they invested for income. Secret 3. Fear debt like it's poison. Edith Johnson, born in 1921, never owned a credit card. Her words, debt is the illusion of wealth. You feel rich, but you're owned. While her neighbors upgraded cars every 5 years, she drove the same Buick for 25. She paid cash for everything, even her home. She saved up 10 years before buying it. People laughed. But guess what? When her friends were drowning in mortgages during the 2008 crash, Edith was sipping tea on her porch, completely unbothered. Lesson: wealth isn't about what you show, it's what you own. Avoid debt like it's a disease, and you'll sleep like a king. Secret 4. Start small, start early, stay forever. George Reynolds started investing at 18 with just $5 a week. He never stopped, didn't miss a week. Rain, shine, low income, job loss, he invested. At 99 years old, his net worth was over $6.5 million, all from index funds and dividend stocks. He never made over $40,000 a year. The trick, he said, is to treat investing like brushing your teeth. Just do it every week, no matter what. He didn't try to time the market. He didn't follow trends. He bought, held, reinvested dividends, and lived longer than most CEOs who mocked him. Lesson: time plus consistency equals wealth. If you're older now, don't regret the past. Start now. The second best time is today. Secret 5. Bigger homes often mean smaller bank accounts. Joseph and Ruth lived in a 3-bedroom home in a modest suburb for over 65 years. They never upsized, never renovated, never added a pool, and they could have. Every neighbor moved to the better zip code. They're all broke now, Joseph laughed. Instead, they took the money they could have spent on home upgrades and invested it. That money paid for rental properties, stocks, bonds, business partnerships. By the time they hit 90, their home was paid off and they had $4.2 million in assets. Lesson: home is not an investment if it's sucking your money dry. Choose freedom over granite countertops. Secret 6. Your circle determines your net worth. Helen, 103 years old, said she became wealthy by doing one thing most people never consider. I stopped spending time with people who didn't care about their future. She avoided gossip, ignored trends, didn't compare herself to others. She surrounded herself with people who talked about ideas, not things. Helen credits her community, small church groups, frugal friends, wise mentors, for keeping her grounded. When everyone else chased lifestyle, she chased wisdom. Lesson: you don't just catch habits, you catch lifestyles. And rich elders surrounded themselves with others who lived simply and thought long-term. Secret 7. Never stop learning. Even at 90, Walter, age 100, didn't own a smartphone, but he did own 15 blue-chip stocks. He spent 1 hour every day reading newspapers, annual reports, and finance books, well into his 90s. When you stop learning, your money stops growing. He never relied on anyone to manage his money. He never panicked during market crashes because he understood what he owned. Lesson: the older millionaires got rich by thinking for themselves. They valued wisdom more than tips and patience more than profits. Secret 8. Regret is the most expensive thing you'll ever own. Every single one of these centenarians shared one common warning. I've seen people die with money, but full of regret. They regretted not spending time with their kids. They regretted chasing careers instead of purpose. They regretted buying junk instead of memories. And they all said this: money is only useful if it buys you time and meaning. They used their wealth to retire early, help family, travel the world, fund causes, and leave a legacy. Lesson: don't just build a fortune, build a life. These men and women didn't build wealth with luck. They built it with principles. Simple, boring, beautiful truths. No crypto, no meme stocks, no magic, just self-control, patience, discipline, and a deep understanding of what really matters. They lived through 3 wars, 14 presidents, the Great Depression, inflation, stock crashes, and still, they won. The question is, will you apply what they've taught you? If even one of these stories made you think differently, then this is the channel for you. Because the wealthy elder isn't just about getting rich. It's about building a life you're proud to look back on, whether you're 40 or 104. So do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Join a community of wisdom, peace, and long-term wealth. We don't follow trends. We follow time-tested truth. Your future self will thank you.